Hello viewers, welcome to today's edition of Extra Mile, Exceptional Leadership. It's been a ride as we've been dealing on this very important topic of biblical mandate for national transformation. We've come a very long way establishing from scriptures the necessity for the church, for individuals and citizens to be deliberately involved in the process of occasioning the kind of nation that we desire to see and bequeath to our children after our departure from this side of the celestial divide. The reality is that we have what we design, we have what we desire, and we have what we pursue. Nations that are doing well because some people took the gauntlet, they paid the price, they rallied themselves, they came together, they did all that was necessary, the sacrifices, the involvement, the strategic thinking and planning, the sacrificial commitment, and the varying sectors of society to occasion. We too as a church, we too as a nation, we too as a people must endeavor to do that because there's a biblical mandate that demands for us to do that. We've seen quite a number of scriptures. Last week we left off showing us from Genesis chapter 4 how the sons of this world are in their generation wiser, like Luke 16:8 says, than the sons of light. How strangely the children of Cain, the children of Lamech, the first polygamists and others, were the trailblazers for every area of endeavor. Now, it becomes even a little more troubling when you go to the book of Genesis chapter 36, from verse 1. It's a long read, from verse 1 to 31, where the Bible shows to us of how, when it came to the rulership, the dukedom of Israel and of Judah, how that the people that took charge were of most time from a heritage that you would say was not godly. It's always been that aberration. There seemed to be an understanding by all kinds of negative forces on the importance of laying hold to power, because understanding the strength and the ability that power gives to them, they are ready to do everything to ensure that they control power. But let me begin to say to us that in order for us to be able to do what I've been talking about, we've got to be strategic. And one of the strategies we need to employ, which is no longer new, is the fact that to understand that society is divided into sectors or stratas, into dominions or domains. And the ability to rightly understand each of these will position us to be deliberate in penetrating and permeating each of these strata or spheres of society and beginning to do a work from the foundation up until we get the results that we desire. For instance, in the book of Isaiah, chapter 2, verses 2 to 3, which is replicated in the book of Micah, chapter 4, from verses 1 to 2, the Bible talks about how the mountain of the Lord's house shall be exalted above every other mountain. What that says very clearly is that there are mountains in society, and the Lord's house, the church, if you will, is one of the mountains. And the Bible says the prophetic destiny, the demand upon the church is that the church represented on the mountain, he says the mountain of the Lord shall be exalted above every other mountain. That means, in the language of Matthew chapter 5 from verse 13 to 16 we began this series with, God expects the church to be elevated on a pedestal where they can shine forth and show for the standards with which society is to be discipled or civilized. It's the scriptures. We can't run away from it. The mountain of the Lord shall be exalted. And the Bible says nations and mountains and all the other sectors of society shall be drawn to it. That says to you and I, we have a responsibility to disciple society, to determine the standards, and to be able to ensure that in so doing, we begin to set a path that will lead to the transformation of our society. I'm going to continue. Stay tuned.